How did it drop so quickly? I read a little poll, a little chart at the very beginning of the show. 1998, 70% of Americans said patriotism is very important to them. Just fast forwarding to this year, that's down to 38. That's a very rapid drop in just 20 years. 20 years is not a lot of time. That's nothing. That's a snap of a finger, and that's significant. How did that happen so fast?
Well, it's the polarization. You know, it's the fact that people are realizing that yes, we do indeed have two completely contradictory, mutually exclusive sets of values, or let's say understandings of justice and of the world, and what we want from government and what we want from each other. And increasingly, even the way we see reality, are men men, are women women, things like that, which were truths that used to be kind of outside of politics that we would all agree on. So once we agree on nothing, it becomes very hard to sustain a sense of patriotism. That's where we are. I mean, I think it's so low because you just had 4 years of Donald Trump. So you had the left saying, no, this is not my idea of America. And now you've got 3 years of Biden. So you have the right saying, no, this is not my idea of America. So I mean, the long and the short of it is it's only going to get worse.
Okay, I don't disagree. That sucks, but I don't disagree. So can we get it back? Is that even something that's possible? Because it doesn't sound to me like you think it's possible. And I'll be honest, I agree with you. I don't know that it's possible. Is it possible?
I don't know if it's, I mean, I don't think it's possible. I think it's a fool's errand. It would require us to wake up one day and all of us believe the same things, and half the country to lobotomize itself and give up the things that it holds dear, the way it understands the world. And that's just not going to happen. I often think, and I'm sure we've even spoken about, had 9/11 happened, yesterday or today, what would happen? The country would not come together. It would actually come apart. Why? Because we would have, more than just having being at each other's throats, we would also have two very completely different, opposite readings of what just happened and who is culpable and what is going on. That doesn't, that doesn't produce harmony at the snap of a finger. And I don't even think that kind of harmony can be coaxed from inside or from without.
Can a nation of this size even have harmony, or is that just not something that's really possible, Dave? And I realize that we've been this size for quite some time, but we haven't had this many people for quite some time. Are we too big to be that tight-knit little village?
I think so. I think I think it's very difficult, or I would say impossible, for a large multi-ethnic empire based on political ideology to long sustain itself when it comes to when it comes to the direction it's going. I mean, the nature of, people say America is an idea. Like, okay, that's fine. What happens when people no longer believe in the idea, or half the people believe in a derivation of the idea, or that our understandings of that idea change over time? It's very obvious to me what happens, which is that you have societal disillusion, because at the end of the day, political ideology will come and go. It'll mutate. It'll go here and there, and we are just too big, and we were always too big. I think it was hubristic to expand to the size that we are, and then kind of inevitably allow our population to change the way it has through immigration, for example. And but you can't only just blame immigration. You have to say, well, okay, you have to recognize that that things have been going in a leftist direction for a long time regardless. And maybe it was inevitable that our conceptions of, let's say, the founding documents have changed, or will have changed. So yeah, I mean, I agree with your central premise, which is that this was probably always in the cards, sadly.
You want to watch our special on George Washington? It's freaking awesome. Well, you can. All you have to do is become a First TV supporter. That gives you access to all of our specials on demand, and it's cake. All you have to go to is thefirsttv.com/support. Thefirsttv.com/support. Become a supporter. Enjoy learning about George Washington.